Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Northern Electric 233QF, and this is Dan's equipment from Indiana. This is the initial checkout of this payphone, and we're going to run through a little bit about what's going on with this unit. It's in very good condition for its age, and we're going to be doing a complete conversion on this payphone. And we're going to run through a little bit about what was going on when it came in. Now, there is no keys for the front cover lock or the vault door lock, and everything was locked up. Dan did not know that the lock on the front cover was broken. People would get these payphones and they would break the locks because they didn't have the keys. Now, they broke the lock on the front cover, but the vault door lock has not been broken. So Dan's okay with the lock on the front cover being broke. He's just going to leave it that way. But we want to figure out a situation for the vault to where we can lock the vault door up. Now, when we gained access into this unit, we found it had a cash box in it, and it had about $18 worth of cash in it, coins. So that was a pretty cool find. We also have a cash box door and latch, so that's a plus. It's always nice to find the door for the cash box. We also found a mud dauber's nest, which basically fell all apart when we gained access into the vault area. So that was kind of cool. It was right in this area. So that was kind of a weird find. And we also want to troubleshoot this unit out. Somebody has started to work on the unit at some point in time, and they installed a bell. And we are going to troubleshoot that bell. That's the type of bell we use in these conversions, but it's not mounted in the right spot, and there is no bell circuit along with that bell. So we will install it properly if it's good and it troubleshoots out, and we'll continue with our circuit for the bell. And we want to go through and troubleshoot the transmit, receive, our security cable. We want to make sure that's all in working condition. We want to go through the hook switch. We want to make sure that that's working properly. We want to go through our contacts, our leaf contacts. So we want to troubleshoot everything. We also want to rewire this 3-slot payphone the way we want it wired to work the way we want it to work. We're going to be giving some still pictures of our informational card. It has a cool informational card in the front here. We also want to go through the coin validator. We'll do some still pictures of that. That's inside the front cover. We want to make sure our coins, our quarters, dimes, and nickels are falling through the coin validator properly, through the hopper, and into the cash box area. So we have a lot of work that we need to do to this unit. We also want to go through our rotary. We want to make sure that the rotary is cleaned, oiled, and adjusted, and racking off properly, and that our numbers are dialing correctly. We also want to install a modular line port in the backboard of this unit so Dan can walk up to this payphone, use any length, any color line cord, plug right into the modular port, makes for a simple, easy plug and play connection. We have a lot of work that we need to do, and so we're going to get a start on that. We'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool Northern Electric 3-slot payphone. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing and converting this 3-slot payphone, and we're going to run through a little bit about what's going on. Now, we're working on the coin validator. We want to make sure that our quarters, dimes, and nickels are falling through the coin validator into the hopper and down into the cash box area. We're also working on the rotary. If you've never seen the rotary out of a 3-slot payphone, I want to give you a look at that real quick. We want to go through our workings of the rotary. We want to clean, oil, and adjust the rotary. Make sure that it's racking the numbers off properly and dialing. We also rekeyed a key to the vault lock. So we'll go ahead and show you that. So now that's taken care of. We can go ahead and put our vault door back on, lock our lock up, and there's our key. And now that's been taken care of. We're going to finish up this work. We want to get into our handset. We want to troubleshoot our transmit, receive, our security cable. We want to go through the hook switch. We want to make sure that that's proper. And then we're going to install our bell circuit, rewire this payphone the way we need it wired to work the way we want it to work. So we'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool 3-slot payphone. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing and converting this 3-slot payphone, and we want to run through a few things on this unit. Now, we want to talk about the front cover lock. Now, we know on the vault that we rekeyed a key to that lock, so that's been taken care of. Dan knows that there is no key to the front cover. Someone has broken the lock years ago, and you can simply open it with any slotted screwdriver. The lock could always be changed down the road. It's not really a big issue. But we want to talk about taking the pressure off that lock. Now, on these 3-slot payphones, the front cover is spring-loaded. So you always want to push in at the bottom of the front cover when you're locking and unlocking the lock. It takes the pressure off of it, and it makes it a lot simpler. And there is a little bit of a spring release on this lock. So when you turn it, it wants to spring back a little bit. You want to make sure you turn it clockwise about a quarter of a turn, and then you can grab the front cover and unlock it. And then when you go to lock it up, you want to push it in all the way and then counterclockwise about a quarter of a turn. You always want to take the pressure off the bottom of the front cover, and that helps locking and unlocking the unit. Now, another issue we want to talk about is on a payphone, the security cable type handsets are usually epoxied on, the transmitter cap and the receiver cap. Now, this one is freed up, and we have our transmitter that's in this unit. This is a T1, and over time these can become noisy, and they'll pop and they'll sizzle and they kind of crackle a little bit. And when they go bad, we generally do not replace them because, you know, they will get old and they will start sizzling, crackling, kind of popping, and there's an electronic kind of noise to them. So What we've done is installed an electronic amplified transmitter that we design and build here at the shop. Now, the quality that you will have with that electronic amplified transmitter is much higher than you would get with the old T1s. So that's been taken care of. That circuit and transmitter has been installed in the handset. Another issue that we want to go through is our cash box lid and the cash box. Now we have a lid with this unit which is a plus, and these lids fit on. You just want to make sure you get your pieces back together properly, and then you can snap it down. Back in the day, they would have a little lock or a seal that they would put on this unit so nobody could get into the box when they were out in the field collecting the money. Now we have our trigger is set, so our latch is set, and our trigger, when you put this cash box in, it's going to take a little bit to get used to. Some of them are harder to put in and some are a little easier, but once they're put into the vault area, the trigger is caught and you hear that click, and when you go to pull it out, then the latch shuts, your little trap door shuts, and you can't open it again. And that kept people on the payphone routes from getting into the cash box. So now what you have to do to get this unit to go back into the payphone vault area is you have to set the latch. You want to turn it clockwise, about a half a turn. You'll hear it click. Then what you can do is your trigger will move when you put it in, and then when you take the cash box out, and now it's locked and you won't be able to get into it. So you have to set the latch each time you put the cash box back into the unit. We're ready to put it back in, and then the trigger would be caught. You'll hear a click. Your trap door is open. The change can fall through, and then when you take it out, it will shut, and it will not reopen until you set the latch. So that's for people who do not have a payphone, or they don't have a cash box and they're not sure, and that kind of shows a little bit of information about how to work the cash box. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put our cap back on. We'll put our cash box back into the unit. We're ready to start our final checks. So we'll come right back and we'll get some more video as soon as we finish up with these items. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair and conversion of this really cool Northern Electric 233 3-slot payphone, and we're ready to start our final checkout. Now we also want to mention our amplified pickup. We use this in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkouts. It's amplified so that you can hear the audio from a receiver on our final checkouts. And I have an amplifier back by the video, and it has a button on it, and I can give dial tone or take it away at any time. We also want to mention our line port. We installed a modular line port in this unit, and Dan can simply walk up to this payphone, use any length, any color line cord, plug right into the modular port, and it makes for a simple, easy plug-and-play connection, and we'll do a couple still pictures of that. Now what we can do is we can use the analyzer, and we'll send a ring cycle to the unit. We're going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. Now what we want to do is we want to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. We can hang our unit up. Now we also want to put some change in this unit, and on the 3-slot payphones, the operator was listening in, and they could tell how much money that you put in to the payphone, because on a quarter there's a gong inside the coin validator, and it will gong 1 time when you put a quarter into the unit, and dimes will ring the bell 2 times, and a nickel would ring the bell 1 time. And that way they could keep track of the money that you were putting in the unit. And if they wanted you to put in a certain amount of money, they would just add up the different bells and the gongs, and they knew how much money that you had put into the unit, and then they would go ahead and let you make your call. So we're going to go ahead and use a quarter. It will fall through the coin validator into the hopper and into the cash box. We've put our cash box back into the unit. Sometimes you can hear that gong on the video, sometimes you can't. We're going to use a dime. That's going to ring the bell 2 times. That fell into the cash box area, I could hear it. Here's a nickel. That'll ring the bell once. We're going to do another quarter. That's going to make a gong sound. 1 more dime. Ring the bell twice. 1 last nickel, and that'll ring the bell once. And we can hear it going down into the cash box area. But if we pull the cash box out, like we showed earlier, we would have to unlatch it, and then we have to set the latch each time we put the cash box back into the unit, or it's not going to fit in the vault area. That latch has to be latched so that the trigger will move, and then the trap door can open. And then it locks once you pull that cash box out. Now what we can do is I can push this button on the switch box. That gives us a line out, totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we can call a time and temp number. So we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll call that number.
Good evening. Today is Monday, May 2nd. The time is 7:26. Current temperature 57 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area.
Cooler today, cloudy skies, scattered showers, highs in the lower 60s, mostly cloudy. This evening a chance of showers, then becoming partly cloudy after midnight, lows in the upper 40s. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, highs in the upper 60s.
We can hang our unit up. We'll give you some dial tone. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. Hang our unit up. Now that we know that this really cool Northern Electric 233 3-slot payphone has been repaired and converted, we can return it to Dan and he can enjoy this payphone. I'm sure it's going to look great no matter where it's installed. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.